This is the Choosing Joy podcast with me, Jodi Lynn Turpin. Take a breath, feel it all, choose joy anyway. Hello and welcome back to the Choosing Joy podcast. It's me, Jodi Lynn Turpin. Happy December. I love this month. I used to not like this month. I would be a nervous wreck. I would be, I don't know. It was just not good for me. The parties, the being by so many people all the time. And I realized that this had a lot to do with communication on my end and asking for, an understanding of what other people mean so much of the time. So when you communicate how you're feeling, it changes everything because people don't know. Your family, your friends, they could feel maybe that you're anxious or excited or nervous, especially very empathic and sensitive people. They will see that, but they might not know exactly why. So it's beautiful to share how you are feeling and what your desires are. And this has to do with boundaries too, but we're going to save that for a different podcast. It's too much to get into in this communication episode. So when you communicate openly and receive communication back openly, and yes, sometimes the communication stings or makes you angry, and that's okay. But it has to be from both sides of communicating. Actually, on Saturday, I had one of the most beautiful communication breakthroughs with my sister. I'm not going to say about what, but I am going to say that I shared openly with her about something, like very deep about how I was feeling. And then she shared something with me, and I had no idea. I mean, I guess we both had no idea because then that brought more communication on my end too. But I had no idea she was feeling this way at all. I mean, maybe I could sense, the certain feelings and things around it, but I didn't know why. And why did I just never ask? I don't know. But it was divine timing, and we communicated. So when she communicated back with me, I told her why I did the other thing. And then this understanding between us was like, what? And it was absolutely beautiful. And then I had, by far, the best cry of my entire life. It was 1 hour. I didn't actually think it was going to end. Honestly, it was absolutely beautiful. So when you communicate and even set up a time for it, you don't have to just come out of left field and be like, wow, listen to me say this, and say, I would like to speak to you about this. When do you have time to talk to me? And honestly, sometimes people will say, I don't have any time. I don't want to. It's very scary because it means a change, and it means that emotions are going to be felt, and that something might happen that will make you feel unsafe or unsecure, razzle up your nervous system, or anything like that. So along those lines, when you say, I have something to share with you about, and you can really make it about yourself. This is how I feel when this happens, or this is how I'm feeling about this situation. What can we do about it? And maybe they need some time. They might need a week. They might need a couple hours. They might honestly never talk to you about it. And that's okay too. But at least you shared how you were feeling. I remember a long time ago, it wasn't that long ago. I don't know why I said it like that. When I had the concussion, which is over 4 years ago, afterwards, one of the parts of healing, because it does a lot of things to your brain, is I would get anxiety, but I had never had anxiety before, so I had no idea what was going on. All I knew is I was freaking out about everything, even having to walk to the car. I thought I'd get hurt, or seriously, so many things. Going to a party was out of, that just wasn't going to happen. So anyways, when I finally shared what I was feeling, I didn't even know it was anxiety. I shared it with my husband and then told my mom and my sister. And they're like, oh. And honestly, I feel like that anxiety, that feeling I was having about everything, lifted by 50%. Because part of the thing was I was scared to tell them that I was feeling this way. And I really don't even know why. Because they were all so loving and supportive and kind. And honestly, it made me feel very loved. So, maybe you're going to a Christmas party or some sort of holiday gathering, and you know that there's going to be talk along like a certain, like maybe it's like a political talk or, things that don't bring joy to everyone. It just brings a lot of like heaviness and everything. You are allowed to say, I don't want to be in this conversation. You're also allowed to, and I know I've said this a million times in this podcast, you can stand up and walk away, go hang out at the kids' table or somewhere else. And then you can communicate to that person. Maybe at holiday parties, we should try to talk about uplifting things and happy things, because I don't want to be brought down by these like negative thoughts that are putting more negative feelings into the world. And I know I've been very straightforward about this too, but when you keep talking about negative things or you put yourself in a situation where you're listening to a lot of negativity, it just makes it worse. So it makes it worse all around the world. So yes, you can be aware of what is happening in the world. And you can even be like completely knowledgeable about what is happening and not be, a ding dong over here and like nothing bad in the world is happening at all. But if you keep talking about it, it makes it worse. And I understand a lot of people have time. You can also be very aware of that. Say, I understand that a lot of people are having a hard time with this. Okay. But then try to cheer up and lighten the situation. So, if Uncle so-and-so, it just keeps talking about how bad this is and how bad that is, walk away. Or say, hey, tell me a funny story of when you were a kid. Or, hey, tell me when you fell in love with Auntie, or this or that or the other thing. You can be the change. And sometimes it has to be you, because you're like, why isn't anyone saying anything about this? If you're the one that's aware of it, it's you. You have to say something. When I work with people one-on-one, I have to point this out quite a bit. If you're the one who notices that, oh, something is not right here and no one else is doing anything, that's you. You have to be that one. You're the one that's going to make the change. You're going to put yourself out there in a beautiful way, and people may be angry with you. They may be annoyed, but it has to be you. I know this from personal experience. Over and over again, I'm like, wait, why isn't anyone helping me with this? Why isn't anyone saying anything about that horrible thing going on? Or why isn't anyone helping this child? Or, what the heck is going on with the communication here about this or that? It has to be you. So if you're thinking about that, or if you're hearing this right now, maybe you needed to hear these words, that you are the change. I used to wear a ring on this finger, on my right hand ring finger. I have to tell everyone about the ring, the many wedding rings I've had. What I'll tell you after. Anyways, but I got it when I think it was 18 or 17, and I was at JCPenney's on Black Friday. Do not do Black Friday shopping at all anymore, but that was the life I lived then. And it said, be the change you wish to see. And that's by Gandhi. And I wore that ring until it fell off my finger, I think about 3 summers ago in Lake Michigan. Yep, in the Leelanau Peninsula. So somebody else has the ring now, be the change you wish to see. So along those lines, you might have to be the change that you want to see. No, you do have to be the change you wish to see, because you will save yourself so many times. And yes, your husband or your lover or, your sister or your best friend, they will jump on that boat with you, but you might have to be the starter of that. This went from communication to being the change. I like this flow. Okay, wedding ring story real fast. I've lost so many of the rings that my husband has given me. So now I just have this little moon and stars one. Everyone thinks it's a smiley face. But every time I lose one of these rings, I notice a change in our relationship, and I like it. Sometimes it's not easy, of course, but anyways. So if you want to talk more about communication and then being that change, because sometimes the communication is within and you have to put it out there because you see what's going on, what needs to change, please reach out to me. Honestly, this time of year is such a beautiful time to work with a mentor or, some sort of guide or something. And I have a lot of people reach out to me with questions like, can you put this on the podcast? Can you do this? Can you do that? But sometimes you need a little bit of extra help. And I'm for surely here for you for one-on-one work. I do 1 month or 3 month, or if you've worked with me before, you can do just a one-time little, shimmy. I don't know what you want to call it. Just like a one-time refresher if you're just needing a little bit of help, because this is the best time to work on yourself when it's going to be hard, when you're going to have the parties, when you're going to have so many things going on and you need that extra support. I know this personally as well. So please reach out if you would like to inquire more about working one-on-one with me. I would love to. I would love to so much. It's an honor to me. And you can find all that information on my website, JodiLynnTurpin.com, under Work With Me. So anyways, I hope that the start of your December is filled with so much joy and happiness and connection and communication and change in a good way. Because all change is good. You just maybe don't see it at the beginning of it, and it feels like, at the beginning. But anywho, I love you all. Happy December, and I will talk to you soon. You've been listening to the Choosing Joy podcast with me, Jodi Lynn Turpin. Be gentle with yourself, trust the timing, and keep choosing joy again and